Hello, happy Monday and a happy start to the new year. Um, so here we are, laid out the whole of the year ahead of us. And it's a funny time, isn't it? Because there's lots of new beginnings, lots of expectation to commence and reframe and reboot. And there's a lot of energy around that this year. And we can tap into that, and we can work with that New Year's energy, that sudden drive. Um, I feel like the calling is to use it wisely in the way that feels right for ourselves the best, because really, we've said a lot in the past that the new year, as much as it is like the Gregorian calendar, it all starts, one day you're busy in Christmas, and the next it's like, right, let's start the next year. And it's wonderful to have that kind of reset potential. Very powerful, but it can feel a little rushed and hurried. So um, don't be at all alarmed or surprised if you're actually not quite on that page, because, when we look around, I mean, we'd have to look too far right now to see how sleepy nature is. The tree, there's not, I keep using this expression, but there's not a lot of sap rising in there. So we don't need to be surprised or alarmed if we're feeling like our sap isn't rising yet, so to speak. So you know the real message of today's meditation is to give yourself grace to be exactly where you need to be. So that's the first layer. Then we've got another layer of the feeling that, of course, we're moving towards the year of the horse, which is the Chinese New Year, beginning on the 17th of February. So we're completing the year of the snake, which, as you know, we've been doing a lot and lot and lot of release. And that's something that Nicole Olson and I have been really leaning into in our new moon series. And with our group, we've done a lot of deep releasing work. And you will have been in your own way doing that too. And you may or may not have been aware of how much you were doing that. And that's the aim of all of the Reiki work that I'm doing, and that many do in that path, is leaning into and working with Reiki to help to make ourselves more conscious of what we are doing, and have a bit more of a conscious awareness to the whole process, rather than feeling like we're being a ship on the sea battered around on everything. So that's what we're continuing to do right up until the 17th. And of course, it's not, again, the funny thing about energy is it doesn't exactly finish and then start. So we can expect to keep releasing gently, and so depending on how much we've got left to do, quite powerfully still until that time. And then we start to shift, and we'll feel that shift. These portals, again, they're open a couple of weeks before, sometimes longer, and for a couple of weeks afterwards. So it's not necessarily like boom again and we're in and out. So, just like the new year, that will be a period of gentle grace for ourselves to really keep listening and leaning in. So, really, again, the second layer of the message is to tune into what you're still releasing and let go. Be willing to release it. And that might be a case of just thinking, gosh, this thing keeps coming up for me, this issue. And just, again, it's all about giving ourselves grace to surrender into the flow of whatever it is, and to just think, okay, what is it that I need to learn here? What is the lesson? And letting it pass. That might be through conversation, it might be through sitting in nature and just doing a little gift to nature to say, here, I pass that to you, thank you. It might be that, if you're drawn into churches or places where there's steeples that point high into the sky, they're beautiful places for handing it and surrendering up to a greater power. So, whatever your religious or spiritual connotations are, these ways are as effective for each of us. It all just depends what your own internal mechanism for release happens to be. And actually, on that score, part of it was really to be beside a river today, because, again, that's the layer of release, and rivers are very powerful for carrying things away for us. But that said, the final layer, today's meditation is about anchoring back into ourselves. So that's probably the most powerful layer, because whilst we're wanting to acknowledge the grace of relaxation and staying within in a sort of reposed fashion, and we're wanting to release what we're still needing to let go of and to see the clarity around what it is we need to see, we're also powerfully wanting to anchor into our own selves, our own energy, and what it is we as individuals are wanting to see, do, know, and be. And that's a really powerful thing for today, because we don't want to get carried away with other people's energies, or a collective field of energy that perhaps isn't where our inner calling is. So that's today's meditation. That's why we're sat at the mighty oak again, because this mighty oak, who's now going to take all the focus of the attention of our session, is here showing us just exactly how to be right now. So when you observe this oak tree, just start to begin to bring your breath into your awareness, and just inviting you to just join me now in breathing in. And with every breath, just feeling yourself, your energy, just gently connecting the tree. Breathing in its solidarity and its strength. And as you breathe out, just allowing that sensation of that flow of breath to go down through your feet into the earth, just feeling like you're reaching into the root of the tree, deep down, and that sensation of just how wide this root tapestry will be for this tree, feeling like just how much a broad stretch these roots must have for this tree to stand so mighty and tall, and how deep they run, and allowing your roots to go that deep, and allowing your breath to take you and connect your energy into those deep parts, giving you that sense of stability and security. And with every in-breath, feeling like you're drawing in from those upper branches that are reaching out to the sky. And those branches are going to connect you with any of the celestial energies that are right for you right now. Ever that highest vibration, your own guides, own source light, ever your own beautiful channel comes down through your soul star chakra, highest chakra, all your beautiful information about you and your life path is stored, drawing it down into your body, to that crown chakra, feeling your crown gently opening and softening as it receives all the gifts of the information, your own beautiful channel, gently coming back fully online. Allowing that sense of inward reception to come through. And this would all be largely unconscious. This work, gently allow the stuff that's needing to come through for you to land. Just start to come into your system to be processed and gently work its way into your practical tasks, functional tasks, relational tasks, spiritual tasks. Just Bringing your attention to your heart center now, and feeling the breath from the crown coming to meet you there. And feeling now that you're drawing breath up from those roots in the base of the tree coming to meet you in your heart. Feeling that expansion, an orbit of green light that surrounds you completely. And this green light begins to act like a force field for you now, completely surrounding you in your own highest vibrational sense of unconditional love, providing a deep protector because you know who you are and what you're here to do. And slowly this will be revealed to you. So give yourself grace and allow yourself to trust and follow your own inner guidance. And if you feel drawn, you can bring your hands into Gasho, palms together in front of your heart space, and just give thanks. Or you can place your hands on your heart space, just giving thanks for all that you are receiving. And then gently come back. And we'll just sign off there as my hand is starting to freeze. Just before I go, I'll remind you that tonight I've got my Reiki share. We have our Reiki share online, 6 to 7:30. So just drop me a message if you would like the link to that. Tonight we're going to work with Holy Fire Reiki to do more of the work we've just been talking about now. So if you feel you want to look into that a little bit more deeply with a little bit more interaction, then just join in. I'm just looking around because there's a little bird sitting somewhere really near. There you are. It's a very small bird. Not quite identifiable at the speed that it's going, but yes, it's singing away for us, so that's nice. Okay, well, have a wonderful week if I don't see you tonight, and I will see you next time. Lots of love. Have a happy new year.